Audio Jungle.
Yo, ho, ho, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another edition of Don Mafia Live, your go-to show every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST, where I bring you some of the finest NFL amateur analysis on the face of the planet. And might I say, okay, let's celebrate this. Let's look back on every single live stream I've ever done in the past 2 months that have had DeAndre Hopkins in the title. It's over. This is the final live stream. This is the final time that we need to discuss this once free agent released from the Arizona Cardinals, dude that legitimately went up, pulled a JJ Watt, pulled all of like the big ticket free agent saying, I want to play for a contender. I want to play with a good quarterback. And then he completely just goes on ahead and he signs with neither of those things, right? Now listen, okay? I've been seeing a lot of people in the live chat already. A guy ended up signing a 2-year deal. I would say it was probably the best possible deal that he had. I haven't seen any reports of what the Patriots offered him. Whether or not that it was a little low or whether or not that the Titans quite simply just had a better deal for him financially. But that was clear the entire time. That guy just wanted to be paid, right? I'm sure that when it comes down to it, and so I'm sure that one guy, who is it? Some Bills media personality started trolling me. This is a horrible take. 24 hours ago, everyone in Buffalo wanted Hop to sign. Now we're starting the fake he's washed. Hefe, Jay Spence the King, dude. Thought we were homies, dude. Dude's quote tweeting my ass now, dog. Oh, man. Is what it is, bro. Is what it is. Okay, anyway, regardless. How these things work out for me is that, like Jay Spence the King just put out on Twitter, trying to call me out, how some people go on ahead and they're in the live chat and they're trying to say, oh, you wanted Diop on this team. I did. Not once have I suggested that I do not want D-Hop on this team. He's a great receiver. He's elite. All of us wanted this man on this team. Each and every single one of us. My gripe is why the hell would you choose a team that, first off, has zero depth, right? And really any position group whatsoever. You have an aging running back. I'm not sure about you guys, but if you were to look at every single major, huge running back on the face of the planet at the age of 29, very rarely do they have an incredible season. Several have had a great year at 28, excuse me. Several have had a great year at 28, but then at 29, like it starts the massive, huge down spiral of that. So, I mean, last year Henry still had what, like 1,400, 1,500 yards. He's not going to drop off significantly, but now you have Ryan Tannehill, you have damn Will Levis, you have Malik Willis. I know everyone's pumped about Burks and everything along those lines, but are the Titans going to win their division this year? Absolutely not. 110% not. It's the Jaguars' position. But hey, you know what? I wish that dude nothing but the best of luck. I'm glad he got paid. And I think all of us can sit here and relish with the fact that D-Hop is not on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's me. He's a great receiver. He's gonna make great plays. My huge issue is gonna have to be the fact that he just completely started off by saying that he wanted to play for a contender. So that's my overall take for it. Like I said, I'm just absolutely happy that he's not on the Chiefs anymore. that like he's not on the Chiefs. He signed with the Tennessee Titans. I mean, good for him. I thought it was kind of a wild card. Like, I would have thought that if you were to say, I want like a solid quarterback, I want to have a good chance of like winning a championship. I think the Chiefs and the Bills were like the number 2 thing, like ready to go, right? I feel like the Chiefs and the Bills were like that option where it would have made sense. Is what it is. Like I said, I'm just so happy that it's over with. So happy that it's over with, man. 110%. Hey, you know what, dude? Okay, we're going to actually reply to this tweet real fast. Live Dan trolling on Twitter. I mean, not even trolling. And so I respect Jay Spence, but let me see. Hefe comes in. Buffalo Rumblings guy. So I enjoy his content, but hey, you know what? Dude, look at my boy Bill's bad takes coming in. Dude, Bill's bad takes always coming in, having my back. Okay, what did he say? This is a horrible take. 24 hours ago, everyone in Buffalo wanted Hop to sign. Now we are starting the fake he's washed narrative. Hop is still an incredible route runner and might have the best hands in the league. Yo, crazy. And this is what I said. I said, happy Monday. Corporate has tasked you to find the difference between these two pictures. Have it on my desk by 5. D-Hop and then Julio Jones. I am not suggesting whatsoever that this is going to be the same thing that happened in Tennessee, right? Like, I am not suggesting that whatsoever. Is what it is. It's how it is. I'm saying I think the reason Julio Jones didn't pan out was his quarterback play. It's an offense that is so focused on Derrick Henry as a running back. I don't see why D-Hop would want to go there without being the exclusive reason of him just wanting money. Like, you have a bad quarterback. All 3 of them are bad. I mean, we don't know how Levis is going to be. I mean, obviously, we've seen Willis. I don't think that we've seen enough of Willis. But I don't get it. It's so clear that Tennessee's only shot, their offense is exclusively surrounded by Derrick Henry having a solid $13, $14, $1,500 a year. I mean, that's just me. But here, let me go ahead and respond to this. So I feel like Bill's bad takes already got it. Not once did I suggest that D-Hop was washed. Boom. There you go. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition. Welcome to another edition of Don Mafia Live. Happy to see everybody. How was everyone's weekend, by the way? Let's go ahead and start getting the chat. Let's see what everyone's got going on here. Luis Matos is coming in saying, what's up, Dan? Listen, man, things are good. Things are very, very good. I'm sitting there looking at the calendar right now. And I have that next Wednesday circled. I am so ready for the official practice of training camp to come. And I mean, as annoying as the whole DeAndre Hopkins situation has been, at least it's been like somewhat significant news. I have a feeling today, in fact, I'm going to keep on scrolling through Twitter. And so I'm going to keep on scrolling through Twitter. And so I'm going to keep on scrolling through Twitter and seeing what's happening, because I guarantee you that there's going to be a bunch of people that are signed today. For example, Saquon Barkley is 1,000% on the block of potentially getting a contract today, because right now is the 17th, right? So since him and then Josh Jacobs are franchise tagged, they have until the end of the day today to actually get a long-term deal in place. So I have a feeling it's going to be like a big day for football news, contracts. We all know that the whole running back situation has been so disrespected from the NFL for the past couple of years that one of those two is not going to get what they want, right? Maybe the one that does not is going to hold out. We're going to have to see. Yeah, let me see what this is. Hold on. Hefe J. Spence the King says, okay, Dan, you know what the tweet implies when you post this. Oh, Hefe, I had no idea you could read my mind, bro. Not answering you, dog. Not answering that dog, dude. Not answering that dude. I love content creation, man. I really do. I love content creation. I really do. It's one of my favorite things in the face of the planet, dude. Like, people switch on you so fast. If they see any opportunity of like stealing a light or like stealing a shine, like on anything, like they'll be so cool to you. But then like the second that they point out like a bad take, dude, they will throw you under the bus. Just because they know. Just because they know. But Spence, I wish you the best, man. Love your show. What a switch up. Dan, and the actions of a man takes are a reflection of his character. The decision Hopkins made tells me every reason why I don't want him in the Bills locker room. I mean, like you said, I'm pretty sure it was you, Mark. I mean, 0 special teams contributions are there. There's definitely a lot of issues when it comes down into his overall character. But he's still a great receiver. He would have made this team amazing. I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy. Absolutely happy that he's not on the Chiefs. I think we can all agree with that. I'm just surprised. Do the Bills have the worst wide receiver group in the AFC East? Not by a long shot, man. Yeah, no. Not by a long shot. So Diggs is there, obviously. Like there's still like a lot of question marks around whether or not that Gabe Davis can bounce back. Can Gabe Davis bounce back? Like actually have like a solid year afterwards? Can Shakir be a solid slot receiver? Can Dalton Kincaid be that true number 2 look for the guy? We'll see. Diop got paid. Stop trying to make it sound like he started kicking puppies. Oh, delusional. No, man. He's a solid receiver. He's going to do great. My entire take was that I was just surprised if somebody says that they wanted to play for a contender that they do that. Dan the Legend, hit that like button like a woodpecker in heat. Please do that. It's free. Takes less than a second, ladies and gentlemen. By far the best thing on the face of the planet. I love it. Kevin, is that a serious question? Oh, man. Okay. We already have these internal debates. Let's see. Man, if Hop took targets from Diggs, that wouldn't have been good at all. I mean, I'm not entirely sure about that. I think that the whole him being upset about Minnesota was a bit deeper than the Adam Thielen situation. I feel like it wouldn't have helped. Like, I think Diggs likes being that true number 1, but I think he's demonstrated everything on the face of the planet that what he wants the most is he wants to win. So I'm not entirely sure if it would be now because he's been that solidified number 1 for the longest time ever since. So we're just gonna have to see. Diop would have been a bonus, was never a necessity. Bonus, never a necessity. 110%. And so I know he's way past his prime, but how do you feel about Julio on the cheap 1-year deal? I don't think that we really need to make any more additions right to our receiver room, man. I mean, I want you guys to start looking at Dalton Kincaid as our solidified number 2 target for Josh Allen. I don't think that we need another true number 1 receiver. I mean, look at the Kansas City Chiefs last year, right? They had Travis Kelce. He was Pat Mahomes' number 1 target that he ended up looking for. That was his go-to. And then afterwards, you could just go in with and then who else did he have? He had, I think it was Juju, then MVS on top of that. As long as you have like 2 solidified, somebody out of the slot, you really hope that Gabe Davis can come back. There's rumors that he's going to be extended right before the end of August too, right? If not, me personally, I wouldn't pull the trigger on that just yet because we all know how players play when they're on a contract year. I think that's big, man. I think that's big stuff. Mark, Dan, and so I had a great weekend. Rookies come in tomorrow. Training camp is already here. I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about it, my friend. Yo, Rico's coming in. He wants the drama. Man. Hold on. Yeah. He said this. So Rico, so all I said, bro, All I said, like me just joking around, I said, happy Monday. Corporate has tasked you to find the difference between these two pictures. Have it on my desk at 5. In jest. And then my boy over here goes, let me see this guy here. This is a horrible take. 24 hours ago, everyone in Buffalo wanted Hop to sign. Now we're starting the fake he's washed narrative. Hop is still on an incredible route runner. And I said, not once did I suggest that D-Hop was washed. Not once. Okay, Dan. You know that tweet implies something. You can read my mind, bro. You can read my mind, dog. You're absolutely right. Jordan Smith. And so he always just wanted money. He didn't play for a contender in Arizona. Now the same things in Tennessee. When you have 3 quarterbacks, you really have none. Absolutely. My guess is that Malik Willis. Is just gone. Cave, what up, dude? What up, brother? So that'll be the Patriots with the worst receiver group. Having Kincaid will help. Yeah, 110%, man. He needs to be a wide receiver 3. That's how he's effective. When Beasley was in his prime and he was running out of the slot, Gabe Davis was the truth. We all thought that he was going to be wide receiver 2. Unfortunately, he didn't step up to that, right? He's a great player. I would much rather Gabe Davis. Much rather Gabe Davis. Just be that wide receiver 3. I think that's exactly how you got to look at it. Is Kincaid going to be a starter? I think that all signs are pointing in that direction, bro. I really do. I do want to see how he plays with pads, though, right? Like right now, all we can really go off of is t-shirts and shorts. So let's see what pads are like. But that kid, he played in an NFL-style offense in college over at Utah. Great hands, great route runner. He's what we needed. If we pass on Diop and extend Gabe Davis to a big contract, I think it's a bad move on Bean. I think the money is close. Head Start is coming in saying just another poser that just wanted money. Head Start. I use Sleeper for fantasy drafts. Nice. Better than ESPN. Head Start. Let me tell you something. About this, man. I completely forgot to even shout out Sleeper. Okay, Sleeper is once again another proud sponsor of Don Mafia Live, my YouTube channel, my brand overall. And not only are they great for fantasy, I use this exclusively for fantasy, but it's also fantastic when it comes down into DFS, so daily fantasy sports. Basically picking a bunch of player parlays, right? So really, unlike many of their competitors, they have things like anytime touchdowns during football. So really cool way for all of you gambling degenerates out there. It's basically how you look at this entire situation. So when it comes down into the Sleeper app, right? They are matching 100% of your deposit with code Don Mafia. All right. So once preseason starts, say, for example, you like betting on baseball, do that. Great platform. I love it. I did actually hit a parlay the other day with an MLB parlay, which is great. Some of the money you can win is absolutely insane. Like 6-leg parlay. Say that it all hits, like they won 100 times your money. So hit that, make your first deposit, and then it's matching it all the way up to $100. So check that out. You're gonna love it. Make it work. Works, man. Let me see. So I know that I'm jumping far into the future, but do you think we will resign Gabe Davis, or do you think we will use his value, if he has any value, to get a better receiver? So here's the deal, man. There's rumors. There's some people out there that are guessing that since D-Hop didn't go through, that Gabe Davis is going to be on an extension before August. Me personally, I would much rather us wait, because this is his last year. Next year, he will be an unrestricted free agent. Let that dude ball. This year. We know how players play when they're on a contract here, because they either want a contract from their current team, or they want to audition for the next place that they go to. Is what it is. So I would rather wait, because I think that the benefit is a lot higher, because that's just going to give him some extra motivation to completely go out there and just ball. That's me. Violator Podcast says that Josh Allen was named third best quarterback ranked by players and execs. I saw that. I saw that Joe Burrow was above him. Brandon, the thing you may be missing. Oh, okay, that's a side conversation when it comes into it. Sleeper, way more customizable for the leagues. It definitely is. Great for fantasy, great for anything else. Oh, man. And so rookie camp starts today, I do believe. They report tomorrow. Is Dan's cam out of focus? I don't think so. It's my computer cam right here. Let me get this going. Get this going. Beautiful. Dom's coming in saying, Dan, I got to be real. I don't like the color of the hat. It looks way too close to the Dolphins colors, and we don't do that here. Dude, you know what? You're absolutely right. This is my alma mater. This is why I went to college, Coast Carolina University. But I will tell you what, because I am seeing exactly what you're seeing, I'm going to throw that Nike hat back on for you, bro. I'm going to pull that Nike hat back on you, man. Is what it is. That is how it works. Head Start's coming in saying Gabe Davis for T. Higgins. For real? Dude, there's absolutely no way that the Bengals would trade Higgins for Gabe Davis. They're just not the same player, right? Like literally Higgins could be a wide receiver one for, I would say, 50, 60%. 50 to 60% of the teams in the NFL right now. Maybe 40 to 50. Gabe Davis, maybe 10% of the teams. I just don't think that they're on the exact same playing field as each other. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how it works out for me. Spears Bills talk. Do you like preseason football? I absolutely do, because you want to know why? There's always a bunch of like these, and so there's always a bunch of like players like camp sweethearts, right? Like camp sweethearts where everyone's like, oh my God, I want to see them be in a 53. I love the preseason because I love seeing what the rookies have. I do love seeing any sort of changes in the scheme. I like seeing if chemistry is still there. I love getting a look at our depth, right? And there's a lot of hype since my boy Mark came in last week and he was saying, hey, there's a lot of depth on this offensive line. I want to see that, right? I also want to see how Kyle Allen does as our backup quarterback. I like getting a good idea of our insurance. And yeah, dude, I love preseason, man. It really scopes out and it really shows you exactly how this team is, right down to the most minute portion of their DNA. It's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. Let's see what else. Brandon Day is saying, Mark, I get that, but we need weapons. Someone to take the heat off of Diggs. Man, we got Damian Harris. We have Latavius Murray. Finally, our running game is going to be somewhat solid, right? Someone over at Cover One the other day, they ended up saying that while Spencer Brown ended up not being as ideal, especially in pass protection, his run protection was actually very good. And then now with Osiris Torrance as well, I really think the weapons that we were looking for this entire time is going to be number one, Dalton Kincaid. So that is going to be our secondary weapon. Absolutely a stud. Hardy, very fast. And now we have a Damian Harris, James Cook, and Latavius Murray backfield. I think that we have all the weapons that we could possibly ever want. That's me. King Dante VFX. Did you watch the new quarterback episode? I really hope Josh Allen was watching that, because there's a really good workout that Pat Mahomes does and a lot of tips that could help him. I really don't think that Pat Mahomes would disclose all of that information that would be publicly aired. It's probably not his best stuff. It's probably stuff that Josh Allen already knows. Dominique Cortez is saying, I think they'd trade Boyd before Higgins. 110%, man. And I really don't think it would be for Gabe Davis, not unless like we backloaded it with like a bunch of picks. Loved preseason. You have to. You have to. Grace Delano saying, I knew D-Hop wouldn't sign with the Bills. I, for one, didn't think we needed him. And so I don't think we needed him. I think it would have been a cherry on top. And so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't think it would have made our team better. At 1,000% would have. I'm just saying that my beef with him is that you say you want to play for a contender, and then you go for a team that has no idea who the quarterback is. They have no idea who the quarterback is. Why do you think they have 3 on the roster going into camp right now? Right? 3 for one of which they drafted the year before, one of which they drafted this year, and then Ryan Tannehill. And then an aging running back, 0 depth on wide receiver, offensive line sort of things. What do you say? What do you know? Roger Clark. Kincaid is key to the offense this year. If he plays well, he will open Davis's game. Seriously, just take away that pressure. Take away that pressure from that guy. 70 watching, 19 likes. Come on. What is going on with that? No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Honestly, the best thing you can do is quite simply just watch me, tune in, see what's going on. I love that, man. Listen, I love talking about the Buffalo Bills. I love talking about the NFL. Say, for example, you want to further support the channel, then quite simply just hit that like button. It takes less than a second, completely free, and it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And so I am an independent creator. I have no team. Behind me. I have nothing else. It's just me. So a like button goes a long, long, long way. Spears Bills Talk. Do you want to join my live stream at 12 as my guest? Hey, bud, listen, man, we're definitely going to have to get something together this season. But now that like football season's right around the corner, I'm like super busy, man. My schedule's from like 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m. as far as like business dealings, as far as that. But we'll definitely try and put something together like sometime during the season right now. But like I have a meeting at like 12:10, 12:15. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to make it. But just keep on grinding out that content, brother. Listen, man, it's a lifestyle. Everyone loves it. Let's see. Think the Bills should introduce a new uniform, maybe an all black or all red unis? I wouldn't even say new, man. I'm fine with the throwbacks. I'm fine with that red helmet. And so I'm fine with like back, like, and so the throwback Bills uniforms, I'd be fine with the color rush, all red helmet. I'd be completely fine with that and see how that plays out too. If Kincaid turns into a top 5 tight end, that will plenty to take the heat off of Diggs. Just ask our defense against Kelsey and Hill. 110%, man. Listen, that's really all we need. And then plus with Dawson Knox too, guys, do keep in mind that guy wasn't utilized at all last year because our offensive line was in shambles and we needed that help. Dawson Knox, definitely don't sleep on that man either. He was like a touchdown machine. Yes, like not like the same yards or targets. Still an absolute stud when it came to touchdowns. I mean, he had a touchdown like 3 games in a row, right? Especially toward the end of the season. I'm fine with Shakir. I'm fine with Gabe Davis. I think Diggs is going to come back out with a vengeance and then see. Since we didn't get Hopkins, how would you feel if someone we work a trade with Tampa for Mike Evans is a hypothetical? Here's the deal, man. I don't think that we're going to be signing any significant name this season at all. I really don't. I think that right now, I think Brandon Beane should be celebrated for what he was able to do this season. I think that he made this team significantly better just from some of like the sleeper pickups, right? Like, I mean, you hear me beat a dead horse in Damian Harris, Latavius Murray. Love the depth on offensive line that he ended up putting in, whether it was the draft or free agency. I love Sherfield. I love Hardy. I think that Brandon Beane made this team better. I really do. In fact, I will say this. I take this Buffalo Bills roster right now over the roster we had last year. I really would. Every single time. I don't think that Brandon Beane wants to roll the dice, especially since we didn't get D-Hop. Might as well save that money, right? Like, might as well save that money because we have what, like 14 unrestricted free agents or something like that? Like, crazy. Look like Tennessee's QBs are now named Larry, Curly, and Mo because they're all no-name players. And so a team doesn't even necessarily need to have a good tight end scheme. I mean, when you have a running back like Derrick Henry, solid receivers on the outside, I'm giving it to D-Hop and I'm giving it to Treylon Burks. I'm giving it to the guy. A good tight end room isn't a necessity, right? But it is a great way to scheme up things and be like, that's exactly what the Chiefs have been doing. That's what the Pats did back in the day with Gronk. It works for some people. It works for others. And so are the Bills doing a throwback this year? I certainly hope so. Josh Allen has a new girlfriend, Tandem, man. Oh, dude. We know. The queen of the Bills Mafia. If Dawson Knox and Kincaid don't get injured in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs ran so much tightened attack that left the wide receivers open, and Travis Kelce had so many catches. I think we should run more. Yeah, dude. Like I said, listen, I think we have all the personnel on the face of the planet that could be coming in with us. I feel like we need to just wait and see how Gabe plays because of this season. A lot of fans are worried about a number two. Besides that question, the depth at wide receiver is actually pretty damn good. I'm fine with it. I am completely fine with the depth that we have at wide receiver. I think that it's a non-issue right now, right? And I've said that. And like everybody loves making these generalizations. They're like, oh, Dan's trying to say that he's washed. Not once did I say that Diop was washed. He's a great receiver. I would have been pumped. Literally, I would have been like running through a damn wall right now. And so I would have been running through a damn wall if we had him on our team because it would have put a cherry on top of what we have. It would have made us better. It would have made us better. Right? But like I said, am I sitting here being like, oh, the season's over? Season's over. We don't have D-Hop. No, like don't be a casual. It's not happening at all. Season is not over because we don't have DeAndre Hopkins on this team. Season is nowhere near over. We're still very much top three. We're still very much going to be unanimous AFC East champions. We're going to roll through. We got better. That's how it is. We got better, ladies and gents. And so I think Rat may be the biggest sleeper signing of the offseason. I'm excited about him, man. I'm really excited about him. I think at the very least he's going to be really good depth. I mean, last year, dude, we desperately needed depth in the safety room last year. And Brandon Beane did it. I mean, when you look at it, he filled so many damn holes of ours. The only thing that he had to sacrifice was the middle linebacker question. Now, we could be completely like off. We could be completely surprised, right? And say with Dorian Williams or say that Dotson takes like a massive step and he's been an absolute dog of a middle linebacker for this entire time. And maybe Beane's more of a genius than we initially anticipated he was in the first place. So cool stuff, man. I'm fine with it. Didn't they give teams a chance to rock an alternative helmet starting last season? We should definitely bring back the red helmet with the 90s Blues jerseys. It's too clean, in my opinion. I love it. We got Jordan Smith saying, at best, Tennessee is the 7th seed. That right there is their ceiling. I think the Titans' ceiling is the 7th seed. That's how it works. Low Piccolo, Poyer and Hyde are the top 10 safeties on Madden, as they should be. Poyer 90, Micah 89. Have they started releasing all of that yet? Have they started releasing all of that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I just saw Madden 24 ratings right now. Poyer and Hyde, 8 and 10. I'm fine with that. Poyer and Hyde, 8 and 10, baby. I'm fine with that. You got Tyreek Hill at 98. I feel like all we've seen so far is just Jefferson And then looks like the safeties we ended up getting out too, but I'm not even sure if they ended up giving us rankings. No, they did. Bates is a stud. I would have loved that. Poyer's at 90. We already got all that. We good. We good, baby. Some stat facts for you, Dan. If Cook gets the same amount of carries Singletary had, Cook will have 1,007 yards and 7 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, last year his yards per carry were great. My only issue was his amount of attempts, right? Because like I entirely expect that number not to be anywhere close to what it was last year. If he gets the same amount of carries, sure, he would be on pace. So to get that, I would love an 1,000-yard back from James Cook. I feel like that carries are largely going to be split though, man. I'm sitting here and say that I'm a gambling man. The entire season, I wouldn't be surprised if the difference between carries and Damian Harris and James Cook, obviously, if both of them stay healthy, finish out right at the end of the regular season about the same with perhaps a 30-40 carry margin. 30-40 carry margin. That's me. And so you a fan of this new narrative that Jalen Hurts has surpassed Allen? Who said that? Who said that? Because, and so I haven't heard that yet. And so anybody that ever even tries to suggest that, man, ask them why. Ask them why. And you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, oh, he's accomplished more. He's made it to a Super Bowl. And that's when you respond with, wins are not a quarterback stat. 9 times out of 10, they have nothing to say to that. Is this the last day that Dalvin Cook can try and find a team? No, this is only for franchise tags today, man. So anyone that's franchise tagged, they need to get a multi-year deal by today, or otherwise, no. So he's not involved in that. Maybe it's done. Like I would think that Dalvin Cook is going to want to make a decision before training camp, right? Like rookies are reporting tomorrow. Several of the camps start the following week. If I'm Dalvin Cook, I definitely want to be in the building well before the regular season starts. Bad takes Discord. Okay, yeah, we'll do some bad takes here. Can't wait. Hell yeah. YPN. They're going to wait to put the QBs last. Of course they do. Yes, it would dip down to around 5.3 yards per carry and around 800 yards, which I am completely fine with, DF. I am completely fine with that. My guess is that Harris probably like racks about 650, 675, and I could 1,000% see James Cook being 80, 100, 110%. I think because Cook can get a TD from anywhere on the field, Cook will be played more. I love that. I do. And plus, like he's an absolute unit when it comes into the pass game, which I really want to see him be utilized a bit more. And so I hope we let Cook be the clear number one. If he doesn't work out, we have a solid backup plan. I want to see what Cook has. I feel like that he has – okay. So why I think that the signing of Damian Harris was so incredible, right? Especially when it comes into Murray as well. I feel like out of every single James Cook weakness that he had, Damian Harris has that as a strength, right? Like Harris is like that true like power back bowling ball. Now, for example, that it was just recently released that Spencer Brown is actually an incredible run blocker, and then hopefully Osiris Torrance is. Bates is pretty solid too. That we have that piece on our offensive line, at least on the right side, where he's going to be able to knock that out. I wish James Cook had a bit more size on him. I really, really do. But I don't think that we have a running back on this roster that could be like a true number one this year. Okay, so that's why I'm thinking that we're going to go running back by committee this year. That's me. Hey, sorry I came in late. And so to give your perspective on Diop, right to the Titans. And so is it as the same as mine that he's just money hungry? Hey, YPN. Yeah, man, most definitely. It was, like I said, I never believe a wide receiver ever, or really any like free agent, a high ticket free agent when they come in and they say, hey, like I sincerely want to play for a team that's a contender. Like, I want to win a championship. Like, we've been bit by that so many times. Think of JJ Watt, etc. I think 1,000% he chased the money on that situation. I think that the Titans' ceiling is 7th seed in the AFC. Their ceiling is the 7th seed in the AFC. Yeah. So is what it is. So I think it probably would have made more sense for him to sign with the Chiefs or with us. But hey, you know what? As long as he's not on the Chiefs, I'm good. Nothing's in our way. Chris Cotta, Hopkins basically ended his career by signing with the Titans. Just shows what kind of player he really is. Recency bias. If you think Hurts is better than Josh. Smokes back in Western New York again. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That sucks. So if there's one player I want to break out, it would be Khalil Shakir because I think he has so much talent. And I think he'll be our starter for number 3. I really hope so, man. I really hope so. Oh, and like, who else ended up seeing that? Cole Beasley apparently has some workout with the team on the 21st, but he doesn't release it yet. And so I wonder if it's the Bills. Very true, DF. Very true. So the Titans QB is named Larry, Curly, and Moe from the 3 Stars. Oh, man. And so at least he's not with the Pats. And so even if he was on the Pats, like, that doesn't change where the Pats are. Their defense is still good. I think they're going to be better than a lot of people think they are. But will there be good competition for the practice squad? 1,000%. I cannot wait, Jordan. I cannot absolutely wait for preseason because it's going to say a lot. It really is. And just training camp in general, it's going to be solid. Mark is coming in saying that the Titans' only shot is the AFC South Championship, which would be the 4th seed. Mark's coming in saying, damn, may I come on the show? Yes, sir. Absolutely. You know that you're always welcome on that. For the call-in shows for since Rookies Report tomorrow and since like news is starting to like jump up. So the call-in show is now only at happy hour. So really hope you'll be there because I do want to talk to you. I love your perspective. I do want to hear the D-Op situation from you as well. So now with the call-in shows, I'm probably just going to be doing Bills Mafia happy hour exclusively. Say that you guys have no idea what the call-in show is. What I do is that I put the StreamYard link at the top of the live chat, meaning that every single one of you in this chat can come on. You can ask me a question. You can give me your take. We can discuss whatever topic you want to discuss. Super good show, and that's how I'm going to frame Bills Mafia happy hour from here on out, 5 p.m. EST, Monday through Thursday. And then Mark, who actually just ended up putting in a sort of comment. He is one of my favorite guests. Gives great insight. Definitely explains a lot to me because, quite frankly, I'm not an X's and O's guy, right? Like, I'm just a fan. Like, I am a fan, and I see a lot of things out in the football field at surface value, right? He's smart, very smart. Love getting his intake on a lot of things. Absolutely always a good thing. DF Forever saying, are you taking calls today? Yes, sir, but at 5 p.m. EST for Bills Mafia happy hour. Beasley already said it's not the Bills. Interesting. Didn't know. Hopkins not going to the Chiefs was a win all in and of itself. It was. The Trek reviewer, I'm still hoping for Dalvin Cook. I feel like we're fine, man. I feel like we're completely fine. Damn, what did I start with this Larry, Curly, and Mo stuff? I don't know, man. Clearly a what's it called? Don't need Beasley, but if he came back, what does that do? Okay, and then JNC says, and so the Patriots are going to be better than people think they are, so they're going to be better than absolute dog shit. That's nice. Dan is a nice guy. Here's the thing with the Pats, right? Like, I don't want anyone counting them out because their defense is still very good. Very good. In fact, I'll be honest with you. Here's a hot take. And so I think that the Patriots defense is going to statistically be better than the Miami Dolphins. Is going to be statistically better than the Miami Dolphins defense this year. It's my hot take, right? It's not a popular take. It's a hot take. And then with their offense, now that they actually have an offensive coordinator, that's not Matt Patricia. So, like, when people are, like, predicting the Pats to go 4 to 5 wins, I just think they're nuts. I think they're absolutely nuts when it comes into it. but definitely not a division winner. I still think that they're going to be like, an 8 to 9 win team, but I'm definitely not seeing like 3 to 4 wins by any stretch of the imagination. So 9 days away from training camp. I can't wait. I hope it answers a lot of questions to who is going to be CB2, how we are with that. All signs are pointing to Benford right now. All signs are pointing to Benford. I hope it's Shakir, but we shall see. We shall see. Hey, Dan, is there any way at 5 p.m. can I join the call? Because I have some things I want to tell you about the Bills, my opinion. Absolutely, bro. Wide receiver, sorry. I agree the Pats will be better, but not better than the Bills. Patriots still have a good defense and the best coach in the division. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely an all-time great. But we'll see what's going on. Pats getting swept by every team in the division unless injuries tilt in their favor. Yeah, y'all wanted D-Hop, but good job not acting like it. And so y'all wanted Jordan Poyer. Good job not acting like that as well, bro. Oh, man. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I have a workout I got to get to. I got to do a little bit more work, but I will see you at Bills Mafia Happy Hour. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button on your way out. I'll see you at Bills Mafia Happy Hour to call and show. Let's knock it out. Deuces.